Folks, it's time for the Extensive Enterprises news. You may have noticed a glaring lack of the Great Gatsby. We'd like to wish him luck, as the network had saw last month's Great Gatsby as Robert Stack from Unsolved Mysteries, and is trying to resurrect the Unsolved Mysteries show, potentially starring our Great Gatsby. So I'm very thankful for that. I'm thankful for you, and I'm thankful for a lot, because it's November, and this is the news. Starting off with Clifton Heights. Clifton Heights gets new comic books every Wednesday, and we want to make sure that you get the stories you want through our subscription service. So if you want to keep up with anything, whether it be Batman, Superman, Amazing Spider-Man, or whatever, start a subscription with us. You could get a discount depending on how many books you subscribe to, and we will make sure you get those comics. We do have 3 tiers of subscription service: Bronze tier, Silver tier, and Golden Age tier. The more comics you get, the better discount you get, and we will make sure you get them all. So pretty easy with the EEC comic books. Now moving on, we're going to discuss events and other happenings at the Clifton Heights location, starting with Lorcana. Now later this month, November 17th, Lorcana Chapter 2, codenamed Chapter 2, is coming out later this month. Expect severe allocations. This is going to be just as difficult to get as the first set, but it will be twice as fun. We will be playing our Lorcana League Tuesdays from 3 p.m. to 8 p.m., and that's totally free to play in. You play in our league and you earn points for wins and losses. At the end of the league, I'm going to give away a box of the second set cut up between the top players in the Lorcana League. That's totally free. Now, every Tuesday at around 6 o'clock, if there's interest, we will also run a tournament. Tournament will be a pack tournament. Everybody buys a booster pack. That becomes the prize pool. And we will also add in the Ravensburger limited edition pins that they had given us to give away. Now, if you are interested in playing Lorcana but don't know how to play yet, shoot us an email, extensiveenterprisesonline@gmail.com. Set up a time, and we'll be happy to teach you how to play and get you into our free league and winning some tournaments. We run more than just Lorcana in Clifton Heights. We also run Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering, we have the Lost Caverns of Ixalan pre-release coming up on 11/11 at 5 p.m. That's Saturday the 11th at 5 p.m. after the regular Commander League. So Commander will run in the morning, and then at 5 p.m. we'll run the Caverns of Ixalan pre-release. That'll be $25 buy-in, and will be a split box prize for first through third on 11/11. Now we do have our regularly scheduled Magic the Gathering events, including Wednesday's Pauper Challenge from 3 to 8 p.m. If you can beat me in Pauper, I'll give you a promo. I'll give you 2 promos, because you're not going to beat me in Pauper. But around 6 o'clock, if people want to play a Pauper tournament, we will acquiesce. We will run that tournament. It will be free of charge, and we will give away some promos. On Thursdays, very similar to our Wednesday challenge, is the Modern Challenge. If you can beat me in Modern, I will give you a promo. It's pretty easy. At 6 o'clock, if people want to play a tournament, we will run it. We will either run a booster pack tournament or a free tournament. Whatever people want to play, we can make that happen. You just got to get some Modern players together. Now, on Fridays is Friday Night Magic, and we're running 2 events. From 3 to 8 p.m., you can play our non-league Commander League, or you can play Pioneer at 7 p.m. Now, our non-league Commander League, you're not earning points toward our league, but if you show up to Friday's Commander and Saturday's Commander, you will gain 5 bonus points toward league. Now, at 7 p.m., if people want to play Pioneer, we will run a free Pioneer tournament with WPN prize packs as prize. And we have a lot of fun with that as well. Now, Saturdays, that's League Day. Saturday from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. is our league time. It is a totally free league to play in. You earn points for your wins and losses. And if you showed up Friday, you gain 5 more points for this league. This league is for a box of Caverns of Ixalan, and will end with the release, not pre-release, of Caverns of Ixalan, which I believe is the 18th. So on the 18th, that will be the last day for this league. We will cut up that box. We will give it away. And then after our league time on Saturdays, we will run a draft at 5 p.m., except for the 11th, because that's our pre-release day. Drafts cost $20, and it is a booster pack tournament. Basically, everybody's buying their draft packs and one additional pack to put toward prize support. If you would like additional information on our Commander League, the link below will bring you right to our Commander page. You can see who's got the most points, who needs points, who has points, who wants points. Maybe you can barter your points. You can't actually barter your points, but, you know, it's a nice prize. All right. Moving right along with one take that is entirely too long. We've covered Lorcana, we've covered Magic, and now we will cover the Pokemon news. First, I'd like to congratulate our previous League Challenge winner from October, Mark P., a new player to the store. Congratulations, Mark. Well done. Take those points, go to Worlds, and don't forget to bring back maybe a promo for us or something. You know, we got you in there, right? Right? It's fair. Upcoming challenges on Sunday, November 12th, we will be running another League Challenge. Now, the registration starts the entire week prior. We only seat 16 in Clifton Heights, so make sure you pre-register by either giving us a call or shooting us an email. Better to email us, extensiveenterprisesonline@gmail.com. For Sunday, November 12th. Now, registration will end at noon because the tournament starts at noon. You got it. And then we have another League Challenge coming up in December. That'll be December 10th. Same idea. And then later in December will be our League Cup. The League Cup is on the 31st of December. Registration for that will start the week prior and end at 12 p.m. on the 31st when the tournament starts. That tournament will cost $10 to play in instead of the regular League Challenge of $5. Alright, our weekly Pokemon League play is on Sundays from 11 a.m. to 5 p.m. That is a free league to play in. You can get a League Challenge card, and as you complete tasks on our League Challenge card, you can earn free Pokemon prize packs. The packs contain all kinds of great stuff, and it's all free. Pokemans! Yeah! In addition to our trading card game events, we also run various video game events throughout the week at our Clifton Heights location. Tuesdays from 5 to 8 p.m. is our Mario Kart 8 Deluxe Time Trials. We have various times for you to beat, and if you can beat them, you can get your name put up on the scoreboard with your time, and you'll be the champion of that particular course. Now, on Wednesdays from 5 p.m. to 8 p.m. is Retro Game Night. This is the night where Dan beats all the retro game scores. Specifically on the 1st, that is today, we'll be playing Tapper for the 2600. On the 8th will be Pengo for the 2600. On the 15th will be a personal favorite for me, Gyrus for the Nintendo Entertainment System. Followed up by November 22nd, that's Paperboy. And then 11/29 is Challenge Night. But Challenge Night exists because we didn't have a CRT TV. We do now have a CRT TV in store. So Challenge Night may become Duck Hunt Night. So if you guys want to play Duck Hunt, let's do that on the 29th. Now, Thursdays at 5 p.m., this is every Thursday at 5 p.m. in Clifton Heights, is our Fight Club Retro Game Fight Club Night. On the 2nd, that's November 2nd, will be Street Fighter Cross Tekken. November 9th will be Street Fighter 4. No one's beating me in Street Fighter 4, just throwing it out there. It's not cocky when it's true. It just is. 11:16, Tekken 6. 11:23, we are closed. That's Thanksgiving Day. So please spend time with your families. Let them know that you are thankful for them as we are thankful for you. But we will pick up Fight Club again on 11:30 with Tekken Tag. You can find all of our upcoming events on our website. And please understand that open play is available to you all day, every day. If there's table space available, you can use it as long as you respect the space. This has been Nick with the Clifton Heights portion of the news. Folks, it's time for the EEW. Oh. Garnet Valley News. I don't know how I got roped into this. I'm EEW Nick, here to talk about EEW, not Garnet Valley. I guess today we're talking about Garnet Valley. Did you know that you can get comic book subscriptions at Garnet Valley? Not just at Clifton Heights, folks. You can get your comics right now, Garnet Valley. We'll bring them to you. No problem. Boom, page 1, out. Did you know that we run various events at the Garnet Valley location that are not associated with EEW? We run Lorcana. Do you play Lorcana? No? Well, why don't you shoot us an email and we'll teach you how to play. Come down and play in our free Lorcana Box League. League is totally free to play in. Runs every Saturday morning from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. And at 3 p.m., we'll run a tournament. A tournament you can play in. Because now you know how to play Lorcana. Crazy. Crazy how it works out. Did you know we also run Magic the Gathering? Every Saturday. From noon to 5. We run Magic the Gathering League. From 11 to 5, we run Magic the Gathering League. Earn points for your wins and losses, and you can win your portion of a box of the next set coming out, Lost Caverns of Ixalan. Ixalan comes out on the 11th. At 5 p.m. is our sealed deck tournament. You can play in the sealed deck tournament. You can play Magic. We can do it. You can come down to the EEW. Damn it. You can come play Magic. You can play that sealed deck. 5 p.m. 11/11. It's going to be a good time. Boom! Magic's done! On to Pokemon news. Going on in the world of Pokemon. Gotta catch them all, right? Gotta catch them all at Garnet Valley. Now, we've been running our League Challenge tournaments, and we just got done one for October, and that was Paul Lim winning that. Paul L taking the W. Are you taking the W in EEW? We have other special events coming up. We have a League Challenge coming up this month on 11/11. Now, the registration starts at 9. Tournament starts at 10, so be there for the standard League Cup Challenge on 11/11. We also have another League Challenge coming up on December 9th. The League Challenge, December 9th, only $5 to play in that standard tournament. And then on the 30th will be our League Cup tournament, the end of the season on 12/30. That's December 30th. And that'll be a $10 entry fee, but with a bigger prize. So that should be pretty nice. And you're also all welcome to play in our weekly Pokemon League. League is every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. And you can come down and play the Pokemon League and be a winner, be the very best, and get every goddamn one! Woo! That's the Pokemon news. We have video games happening every week. Every week in Garnet Valley. On November 4th, it's going to be Super Smash Brothers for the Switch. You smash your little button, because it's a one-button game. And then at 6 p.m., Tapper. It's not Beer Tapper. It's not Radio Tapper. It's just Tapper. They don't even have root beer. Now, November 11th at 4 p.m., Wii Sports Resort. Is there wrestling in Wii Sports Resort? No, but there's tennis. And that might be what we're playing. Followed up by 6 o'clock, Pengo. And the week after, on the 18th, Mario Party 3. It's a party. And you're invited. It's a Mario Party 3. Followed up by 6 p.m. with Gyrus. Have you played Gyrus? Do you know what it is? You're a ship floating around in a circle, shooting down the toilet bowl. Greatest game ever made. November 25th at 4 p.m. Switch Sports Tennis. Tennis is a great game. It's a great game. And at 6 p.m. Paperboy. Bring you back to your youth. I want my $2. I want my $2! We've had some recent high scores. I'm going to tell you about them. Tetris. Dan M. with a new Tetris score of 46,242. Dan gets the 242. Half of you don't even get that reference. Spy Hunter. Well, that's Dan again. Dan takes the Spy Hunter score with 15,160. Where's your Spy Hunter score? Can you put a Spy Hunter score down? No. You can't beat Dan. Dan's gonna trample over your face. And finally, JG puts down 83,200 points in Food Fight. Food Fight's so close to EEW. It'd be great to have a wrestling match with food. That's all the video game high scores. The last game you need to worry about is EEW. Filming is happening on December 3rd at the Clifton Heights store. EEW. Next up, Professor George with Pokemon.
Greetings!
There you go, champ.
Always. Greetings, Pokemon trainers. Professor George here. And yeah, there were some changes, but we're going to be focusing on our Pokemon of the month. So, with every holiday coming up, there's always a good theme. And of course, for Thanksgiving, it's giving thanks. And without a specific Pokemon, we will not have this, or this, or this, or this. And to the TCG world, it's one specific Pokemon, or two. But for the anime and everywhere else around the world, it's one. And that's why we're going to discuss him today. Because our Pokemon of the month, and we should thank for having Pokemon the way it is today, even though some people might disagree, is Pikachu.
Yay.
Pikachu, the pure electric type. Definitely has a lot of memes behind it, with going from Chonkachu to after P90X workouts. This little mouse can do so much damage. I mean, look at the one that traveled with Ash for over 20 plus years. Just not during Unova. We don't talk about the Unova days. We all know that Pikachu is a household name. It's a very memorable Pokemon. But it also, like I said, it can be good in your team, especially in two specific games. In Pokemon Yellow and Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. Because you start off with a Pikachu and it's actually stronger than the others. And in fact, I believe in Sword and Shield, you can pick up a Pikachu and it already has its Gigantamax form, which is Chonkachu. Chonkachu does come back for the Gigantamax form, and that was really about it. With Scarlet and Violet, they have Terra types, so that you can change your Pokemon's type, but it's nothing special. There was the event Pikachu in which it was a flying Terra, but you can catch a Pikachu in the wild and go get 50 air Terra shards, and then go get the change to a flying type. But still cool to have nonetheless. For the TCG, Pikachu can also be very helpful. And in fact, my personal favorite right now is the Flying Pikachus V and V Max. The reason why I like them so much, they have moves that can prevent your opponent from damaging it. So you can have your Pikachu get a lot of energies, destroy your battle and defeat your opponents, and the Chonkachu doesn't get hurt. It's very scary, but if you can pull it off, everybody has to be careful. So, I have to thank Pikachu for making Pokemon not only become a popular name in the video game and trading card game world, but also for worldwide. Because we want to have things like Worlds events or championship events for the VG, TCG, Pokemon Go, Pokemon Sleep. There are so many things Pokemon related out there, and for once, we have to thank the little mouse. Hope you guys enjoy your Thanksgiving. Be there with your friends and your family. Tell them how much you're thankful. Isn't that right, Pikachu? Alright, I am back again. This time talking about a video game because they couldn't find anybody else to do it. And they looked at me and they said, "You want to do some more screen time?" I said, "Sure, why not?" So for this game, it's going to be a fun one, a one I've played a lot as a kid. And there are Pokemon in this game, but it's not why I picked it. All I gotta say is, when Nintendo worlds collide, Super Smash Bros. Brawl for the Nintendo Wii. This came out back in 2008, and it was the game to have. It has a bunch of new characters, fresh off the Super Smash Bros. Melee success. And, like I said, it has a lot of characters going from Mario to Link to Pikachu, Yoshi, Lucario, as well as some new characters, like there was Solid Snake. And for whatever reason, and I'll get more into it later, they had waited till almost the end of the main story to bring out the character that everybody wanted next to Sora and Waluigi, and that was Sonic the Hedgehog. This was the game that Sonic was in. So, for this game itself, the graphics look really good for a 2008 game. Heck, some of it can be passed off as good graphics for today, especially with how the story's set up. In fact, this copy is from the Clifton Heights location, so if you want to come pick it up, it'll be on those shelves over there. And the actual battling itself with the controls. There are actually 4 ways you can play this game. So you have the Wiimote option. You have it with the nunchuck as well as an option. Then you have the Wii Classic controller, which is what we used back then when we had to plug in the little accessory to the Wiimote. So we can use that as a controller if we were too cheap to get pro controllers. Or if you can start digging around your house and you haven't thrown them out yet at the time, you can also use a GameCube controller, which was highly recommended after Melee. And it plays very well. Nintendo really took their time with this game. And this definitely shows that to other companies as well that like to make games very, very fast to make money. Sometimes patience is important. And games like this are the reasons why. Because the 3DS and Wii U ports, when they came out, they were hit and miss. You couldn't really do a whole lot with both of those, both of the systems that they really wanted to do. But then Switch Ultimate came out, or I'm sorry, Smash Bros. Ultimate came out for the Switch. It is wonderful. It is great. Again, it shows that take your time, make this good game. If you don't want to play the story, you can obviously play battles. And they are really fun to play. A lot of the courses are a lot of fun. The items are amazing. There's a lot of good items. There's hammers. There's stars you can use. There's shells, Pokeballs, Master Balls. A lot of fun items that you can use. And if you're someone like me who doesn't care how the stage is set up, doesn't care about the item spam, you're going to enjoy this a lot more than people that do. I'm not taking shots at them, but when you are playing more in the competitive zone where you only play certain battlefields and no items, it kind of gets boring. I like to throw things at my opponent and heal myself up, you know? What's the better way to describe it that healing yourself with chocolate is better than healing yourself with apples? So there's Nintendo's message of eat chocolate. But do I recommend this game in 2023/2024? You bet your sweet bippy I do. And that was the video game review.
It's time for the dollar comic book review. It's the dollar comic, y'all. This is Uncanny X-Men number 544. This is the final issue of the Uncanny X-Men Volume 1. I don't know why this was in the dollar box. It's a $20 comic. So, whatever. You could have got that one if you find it. It's good. The X-Men are one of my favorite comic books of all time. So, to pull an X-Men comic out of the dollar review, out of the dollar box was pretty exciting to me, let alone the final issue. This is written by Kieran Gillen, and the cover was done by Greg Land. Greg Land has a very interesting style of art, which I dig for the most part. It's not incredibly detailed, but it's also not like stick figures. So he's not bad. I like his style. I don't love it. He's not like Alex Ross or something like that. But it's good. Now, the final issue takes place after the Fear Itself storyline, after the Schism storyline, and is basically a eulogy for the X-Men by Mr. Sinister. It's a pretty interesting issue. I wish that it would have had an actual recap, not just that's literally the first page from X-Men number 1, August 1963. That is the first thing you see in the first issue. So they reprint that, which is kind of neat. But then there's no previously on the X-Men. It just dumps you into the story, which is okay, I guess, for this particular issue, because it's the end. The stories have all been written, and so on. So for the send-off, I think it was okay. The artwork throughout the book is standard Greg Land, decent but not amazing artwork. The writing is neat. It's just a good buy. It's the passion. The X-Men will endure and so on. But given by Mr. Sinister, I thought it was interesting that they chose Mr. Sinister for the send-off, for the eulogy style send-off here, instead of Magneto, who is the X-Men's first villain. Magneto's first appearance is X-Men #1. So I would have liked to see that a little bit more, but I guess at this point in time, Magneto might have been dead. I don't even remember. All in all, a very good pull for the $1 box. I enjoyed it thoroughly because I love the X-Men. It's difficult for me to say a lot of bad things about the X-Men. So some bias coming in here. But for the $1 box, I'll take it. X-Men, out!